Flights are back on for Southwest Airlines after the FAA issued a nationwide ground stop earlier this morning. In a statement, Southwest said flights were paused to work through data connection issues resulting from a firewall failure. It said early this morning a vendor-supplied firewall went down and connected to some operational data was unexpectedly lost. More than 1,200 flights were delayed as a result, though that ground stop was lifted around 11 a.m. Did not appear to have too many delays there out of Muhammad Ali International. Well, it was just over a week ago when a gunman opened fire inside Old National Bank here in downtown Louisville, killing 5 and injuring 8 others. In the 7 days following, police say they were called to 9 more homicides. That's 14 victims in the span of a week. One of those cases was that mass shooting at Chickasaw Park on Saturday night. Our Tom Lally and photojournalist Ian Hardwitt explained the changes in the works to keep the park safe. Well, Louisville Metro Police released a statement overnight saying 14 homicides in 1 week should cause all of us to be outraged, adding they are pursuing all available leads. The department says we are asking for everyone's assistance to come together and work with us and help take back our city. The victims and their families deserve justice, and community members deserve to live in a place with peace and without fear of becoming a victim of violent crime. If you have any information on what you're about to see here, call that anonymous tip line at 574 LMPD. You can also provide any relevant photos or video and upload that directly to the department's online portal. Here's our Tom Lally.
But every time we have good weather, though, I always do good business, so that's a plus.
Just south of the Chickasaw Loop, you'll find John Patterson 7 days a week. Like on Saturday, when he washed cars in the crowded park.
It was a beautiful day, crowded.
That night, around 9 p.m., shots were fired into the crowd, killing 17-year-old David Huff, 28-year-old Diaji Goodman, injuring 4 more, and sending hundreds running.
That's right. We don't do that here.
Rhonda Ramsey Finney would know. She's one of nearly 20 people writing the book on Chickasaw Park.
We just thought Chickasaw Park was the biggest and the best thing in the world.
This was a gathering place.
It's just a wonderful park.
A refuge is what I would call it.
It's been that way since the 1920s, when the Olmsted firm designed it to be the largest park specifically for black people in Louisville. Through segregation, it served as a gathering place for black Louisville, and it stayed that way when the park desegregated in the 1950s.
This park just has a tradition like none other.
And we think that can continue for the next generation and generations to come. We just have to focus on it and work at that.
After the shooting, Mayor Craig Greenberg came here to Chickasaw Park to talk with the people who enjoy it about how to keep it safe. And now his office tells me he's proposing additional funding for lighting here and at other parks so that people don't feel they're left in the dark.
Don't be afraid to come down here.
A gathering place for people young and old to find unity. In Louisville, Tom Lally, WHAS11, on your side.
Louisville's Congressman Morgan McGarvey addressed the shooting on the House floor last night. He stood alongside other members of Kentucky's delegation and with representatives from across the country, recognizing the heroic actions of Officers Wilt and Corey Galloway and honoring the 5 people killed in that bank shooting.
We lost our friends. Our community is hurting. We lost people who loved deeply, cared deeply, and had people who cared about them. People who made our community and our lives better, taken from us too soon.
The congressman asked for a moment of silence. He and others will be taking up the fight on gun violence in the coming weeks. And tonight at 5, be right here with us on 5 o'clock news as Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg will join us in studio, addressing your concerns and questions about the recent violence in the city and what can be done locally to stop it. Well, leaders in Louisville and across the state continue their calls for gun reform after last week's issues, and Kentucky's Black Legislative Caucus is among them. Here's Bobby McSwine.
If we don't, who?
Kentucky's Black Legislative Caucus, standing arm in arm to push for gun reform and to show solidarity with Tennessee lawmakers who were expelled after doing the same.
If not now, when?
Lawmakers say it's their responsibility to pass gun laws to make families safe across the state. A big push is for a red flag law, a law that would remove guns from people considered dangerous or prevent them from buying them in the first place. Legislators say evaluating factors like mental health would help prevent mass shootings increase in everyday gun violence in the state.
There are times when we need to step in and stop someone before they harm themselves or harm others. These laws have shown their worth in other states, and I believe the Commonwealth of Kentucky should have one as well.
Republican Representative Jason Nemes says he's already in talks with politicians across the aisle, including Mayor Craig Greenberg. He says red flag laws can help, but they must be carefully crafted.
I mean, there's going to be a tension, but I think at the same time we can do a better job of addressing underlying concerns and making sure that we don't allow as easy of access to firearms to people who shouldn't have access to them.
As for the push to give Louisville autonomy to make its own gun laws, Nemes says he doesn't see that happening.
You know, most of the people that I represent, most of the people across Louisville in every single area of Louisville who are gun owners are not violating the law.
Overall, lawmakers are hopeful they will see bipartisan legislative action soon.
And to the extent we do not address this, we are failing in our responsibility.
The Kentucky Black Caucus will be in Tennessee today to continue to stand with the lawmakers there and push for gun reform. We do have an update this afternoon on the condition of the 26-year-old Metro Police officer Nicholas Wilt from Monday's mass shooting. He, along with his training officer Corey Galloway, were first on scene and raced toward that gunfire inside the Old National Bank building. Wilt was shot in the head, and on Twitter, LMPD said he is still in critical condition but stable. The department said his family sees and feels all the love during this difficult time. Churchill Downs said it's discussing ideas to honor the mass shooting survivors and victims at the Kentucky Derby coming up in May. As of this afternoon, nothing has been finalized. The funeral for Juliana Farmer, one of those 5 victims, will take place later this week. Services are planned in her hometown of Henderson, Kentucky. Visitation is at Tomlinson Funeral Home on Friday from 4 to 8. Her funeral will be the following day at Paul's Episcopal Church at 11 a.m. For those wanting to help her family, we have you linked up to a GoFundMe account on WHAS11.com. Metro Police are investigating a deadly shooting on North 25th Street in Portland. Officers found a woman shot around 2:40 this morning. She died at the hospital. No details have been made about any arrests. If you know anything, call that anonymous tip line at 574-LMPD.